Hello, ladies, gentlemen, and NBs. Good evening and welcome back to Unite4Action. I'm your host, Jesse Austin. We are an independent socialist news media and mutual aid worker cooperative. If you enjoy this video and want to learn more here with us, please consider subscribing to our channel here on YouTube and make sure you click that bell and then click all so that you're always notified whenever we release a new segment. In our first segment, I noted that farming and fishing were crucial to the sustainable livelihoods of the remaining tribes and ethnic groups in Nigeria, but this is of course not exclusive to Nigeria. So today's segment is going to be all about encouraging like-minded working class people all around the world to pool money, labor, and brain power together to build large co-op farms for their communities. A UN report back in 2013 urged world governments to invest in small-scale farmers to address world hunger with an agricultural revolution. Since coronavirus has become a global pandemic, the UN has only gotten more urgent with this message. I was born in 1995. Between then and 2019, nearly 80% of farm subsidies in America went to the top richest 10% of recipients, and 26% of them to the top 1% of recipients. As you can see, the distribution of farm subsidies directly mirrors overall economic inequality under capitalism. Business as usual is repackaged and advertised as much needed relief for farmers, which actually mostly goes to the rich. And the exact same thing happens in Nigeria. This is why we can't rely on our governments to subsidize the small farmers that already overwork themselves as they get a worse and worse deal. We need to expand current farms with those who are willing and build new community farms as well to provide a buffer for breaking away from the capitalist system. Smallholder farmers already provide the developing world with 80% of its food, but food insecurity remains a problem because global capitalism fails to allocate resources properly. Unite4Action is working with an organization in the Akanu Ngwa autonomous community in Nigeria called the Rural Community Action Network to organize rural farmers there to build more sustainable food networks for their people and collectively bargain for better pay. Farmers in Akanu Ngwa have expressed eagerness to work together to survey their community's needs and better meet them by distributing free food packages to kids and families. The Rural Community Action Network also runs a classroom and computer center in the rural community that teaches students basic skills like English, math, plus Microsoft Word, Excel, and PowerPoint that they can use to get good jobs in the city. While they're learning there, they also get exposure to the rural farmlands so that they can develop a deeper understanding and respect for sustainable agriculture. Lack of clean water is another major problem, as we've discussed in our first segment, so we're planning to also help install a water well in the Akanu Ngwa autonomous community so that the people there have more immediate access to clean water untouched by pollution. This, as well as better tools, would greatly expedite the farming of crops like cassava root and yams there. Being inspired by the example my comrades in Nigeria have set, I would like to build and support similar movements in the United States. As many of us know, kids here, and frankly adults as well, do not get enough exposure to rural life. Adjacently, the fact that there are less important resources in rural areas has always upsetted me. And starting small, we can build some more small schools and health clinics out there, as well as to help expand and found more community farms. I still have a lot to learn about farming and building, but I know about solidarity. I know that it means we're stronger when we're united, organized, and there for each other. Corporations and their employers want the people cut off from their birthright to have a sustainable supply of healthy food. When we work together to maintain our fruit and vegetable co-ops, our seed vaults, and eventually our communes, we're reconnecting with our divine nature and shedding the eons of pain from conditioning of our unsustainable capitalist system. This is the deep connection we're all yearning for, and whose absence we sometimes blame on technology, and Facebook or Twitter. What we really want is not just connection, but quality time with our neighbors and comrades who are on these social media platforms as well as those who aren't. That's why having a phone and seeing our friends and celebrities tweeting about their lives can sometimes make us feel alienated. It's titillating to us that good friends or groovy strangers may be right there, perhaps 5 miles away, and would be able to hang out if not for a lousy work schedule, grave responsibility, etc. But usually a lousy work schedule, let's keep it real. On a subconscious level, everybody is upset that they can't seem to find enough time for themselves or their families, let alone their friends and their hobbies or interests. On top of that, most of us are alienated from our labor too, so we're lucky if we're able to derive any happiness at all from these jobs that take us away from our families. By contrast, if you woke up every day believing that we were all on the same team and could go outside and immediately start helping with a community farm without being held back by a multitude of gatekeeping institutions, then plenty of the things we're conditioned to find unpleasant, such as work, social media, technology, and automation, suddenly become wonderful supplements to our lives. Now we're all posting and retweeting personal stories of our building sustainable communities together. We will have Unite4Action so that everyone has access to free food, an opportunity to help grow nutritious crops with us, and feel valuable and precious to their own communities. This is my vision for Unite4Action, and it's the vision of all my loving comrades here as well. I don't want anyone to get the wrong idea here. I have enjoyed my volunteer work with the school garden on a seasonal basis, but this is something we want to be doing every day. If you believe in creating a world like this, please share this video with everyone you know. Thank you all and have a wonderful day.